Hi, I'm Aaron Diaz, and this is the audio commentary track for my piece I entitled Parking Lot. Joining me is my roommate Joe Laviska. He was also in a former production of mine called The Price of Water. Say hello, Joe.
Hey.
Yes, anyway, this piece, I kind of wanted to echo the feel of works of art that don't take any work at all. I was greatly inspired by the works of Andy Warhol, who did that 6-hour movie called Empire, which was basically just a 6-hour shot of the Empire State Building. Now, say what you will about his work, I was very inspired by it, and this was kind of my tribute to that. Originally, I wanted Parking Lot to be a 13-hour movie, but then I realized that the tapes that we record on is 60 minutes long, so I'd have to keep switching out the tapes, and for 13 hours, that would be 13 tapes at $5 a pop. That's a lot of money. So what I decided instead was to capture the feel of a 13-hour piece by using time-lapse photography. And so this is what I did. Yeah, any thoughts, Joe?
Not really, no.
All right then. Maybe you could tell us maybe how we came up with this specific shot of our parking lot.
Well, we wanted to make it look like a voyeur as much as possible, so we just stuck the camera out the window with the blinds draped around it. It was really the only location we could get, unless you want to do it out your window and take a shot of a building.
Yeah, that's basically it. We wanted to stick the camera in a place where we could leave it for hours without having to worry about it getting stolen or something like that. So we chose the apartment building, and our apartment basically has 3 windows. One of them points to the parking lot, and 2 of them points to the apartment next to us. So if you wanted a static shot of an empty wall, then yeah, the other windows would have sufficed. But we went with the parking lot. So isn't that right?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I have a lot of fun looking out the window at other people changing and whatnot, but
You're one disgusting human being. Anyway, I was also inspired by the works of John Cage. He was a composer that greatly inspired the Beatles, actually. One of his specific pieces was called 4 minutes 33 seconds. And in that piece, what he did was he got a concert hall together, sat down at the piano, and didn't play for a minute and a half. And he did that 3 times, and it totaled, 4 minutes and 33 seconds. So basically what his piece was the ambient sound around him. Now, this obviously was a great inspiration to me because how can you create a song without playing it? It's just an amazing feat, don't you think, Joe?
well, yeah, and wasn't Johnny Cage, wasn't he a Mortal Kombat fighter? If I'm
Yeah, I do believe he was in that movie Mortal Kombat, and also in the video games.
Right.
Yeah, right. Yes, very interesting story there. And so, yeah, well, okay, coming up, I don't know, I think we already passed it, but one of the shots was kind of broken here. In the time lapse, we had a little bit of problem with the camera. What happened was we set the camera up, and it was going for well into the night, and then all of a sudden it stopped for some unknown reason. I'm not sure what the reason was behind that, but I got up in the morning and found out that it wasn't working. So I started it up again, and yeah, so that's why there's an unnatural shift from night to day in there, but I think it works. Any comments, Joe?
Well, yeah, actually the reason it didn't tape was because we didn't have it plugged in totally.
Yeah, we didn't actually have it plugged in. Apparently with time-lapse, you're not supposed to run on the battery power of the camera, which, I did think about, but, yeah, that didn't actually...
It came out from the wall.
Yeah, yeah. What it did is it came out from the wall, and so the camera was basically just running on its battery power until it basically stopped, and then I had to start it up again in the morning. So there is an unnatural shift there, but I think it kind of testifies to the power of the piece in a way, don't you think?
Right, yeah. It's kind of like, the jump from night to day or whatever, day to night. It just like, it's instead of seeing the things happening, you just have to accept that things have happened, I think.
Yeah. It's symbolic, wouldn't you say?
Right, it's exactly.
Right. So, yeah, that's basically how that works there. Now, you might notice that white car in the lot. I can't remember because we're not actually watching the footage as we're recording this audio commentary track. But there was a white car in there with a one-up mushroom on there. Any comments about that one?
Well, yeah, that's my car. It's a Saturn. It's the Pimp Mobile. It's definitely hot stuff. I don't know what you want me to say.
Okay, yeah, and in the back left corner in one of the shots, you'll see my my red Buick Regal there. It's a '92. It's not quite the Pimp Mobile that Joe Saturn is, but it gets me around.
There might be a bird in there. We don't know what it is.
Oh yeah, that's right. One of the shots has like some little brown thing going through the snow, and we theorized that it was maybe a bird. Might be a leaf too. We're not sure about that.
Know.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, my whole intent behind this, like I said, was to mimic art that takes no effort to make. And would you say that like I managed to do this with as little effort as possible?
Oh yeah, except for having to plug it in. That was about all the effort you had.
Yeah, I did have to plug it in. That was kind of a stretch. Yeah, it was a strain there. And well, I don't know, setting up the shot was kind of difficult too, because what we had to do, we had to take the blinds of my of the window, and we had to put it on both sides of the camera so that the camera could see through the blinds
without covering up the lens.
Right, without covering up the lens, because that would have made for a bad shot.
Right, and we couldn't run the light on, or else we get reflection.
Oh yeah, you'll notice a couple times in this that there's a reflection on the left side of the screen. That's when we had the light on, and you might see some shots of us doing various things there. But basically, during the entire time this was playing, we were like either sleeping or watching movies or going out and stuff like that. So,
Right.
Yeah. Any comments about the movies we watched?
Oh, they were great. It was Bubba Hotep,
Yeah, Bubba Hotep, that was pretty good.
Shaolin Soccer.
Oh, Shaolin Soccer was excellent.
What was the other one?
Oh, Kung Pao Enter the
Kung
Fist.
Pao is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I don't know. I was a little bit disappointed by that, but what can you say? Well, if this footage isn't already over, I'm probably gonna speed it up to the point where it is over, so that's the audio commentary track for this matches the piece. So
Right.
seems like a good idea. All right then. Signing off. This is Aaron Diaz.
And Joe LaVisca.
All right. Have a nice night.